There's something stirring underground at the Cranbrook Cemetery, but it's less horror thriller and more David Attenborough nature documentary. A family of badgers is calling the cemetery grounds, both above and below, home.
They've found the marmot den that has been a bit of a problem for us, and yeah, they moved in, took over the marmot den.
The City of Cranbrook says it has put up barriers to warn the public of the family's presence. And even though they're hunting and digging holes near people's graves, there's not much the city can do until Mom and her babies move on.
While they're denning, we won't be disturbing them, and most likely they'll move on.
According to the province, there are around 400 badgers in BC and even fewer than 100 in the Kootenay area. They're listed as an endangered species provincially and federally.
You cannot harm or harass a badger, and you cannot destroy their burrow. It's against the law under the Wildlife Act, so they're protected.
The province says it's not unusual for badgers to build a den in a golf course, backyard, or cemetery. But some people might not be so pleased that the animals are digging where their loved ones are laid to rest. CBC News tried to contact some of the family members of the graves near the badger holes, but didn't receive a response. In the meantime, the city says it hasn't received any complaints.
If they leave the den area, there might be things that we can do to mitigate them coming back to the area. And hopefully they'll just move on and we'll be able to just clean up after them and have the space go back to the way it was.
Footage of the badgers digging beside a grave went viral on TikTok. But the city is asking curious residents to stay clear, not just for the badgers' well-being, but for the public's as well.
Being that they can be aggressive, we have put up signs around the area, around their den, and just notifying that there's aggressive wildlife in the area. And we're just hoping that people will respect their space and keep their pets or dogs out of the area.
Giving the family the space that it needs and the time that it needs, and she'll move on with her kits, or if they're there a little bit longer, they'll start dispersing on their own.
She says it's likely the short-legged omnivores will move on shortly. Corey Bullock, CBC News, Cranbrook.